As CBI gets ready to conduct a lie detector or a polygraph test on Sandip Ghosh, legal trouble is mounting for the former principal of RG Kaur. Now, fresh documents alleging corruption against him by former Deputy Super Akhtar Ali shows that there are charges against Sandip Ghosh of fraudulently buying, high-end machines for the hospital, causing a loss to the hospital's exchequer, flouting all norms of financial regularities. So what are these charges being made by Akhtar Ali against former principal Sandip Ghosh? Let's take it one by one. First, the charge is that in 2022, Sandip Ghosh, the former principal of RG Kaur, allowed a cafeteria to function in the college campus, but the person who was given the charge of running this cafeteria was given without conducting the proper norms as is being followed. So college council's consultation, which is mentioned in the protocol, was not done. Nobody was consulted, and this cafeteria was given at a higher cost to the person, to the private tender holder who got the tender ultimately. And the expression of interest also shows that the tenure in which the agreement was to be fulfilled, that tenure was also increased by 2 years. Next comes the allegation that a food and beverages stall was allowed on the campus, on the government land. But even for this, the fourth bidder was given the contract, even though the others also fulfilled the criteria. So even here, financial irregularity is being alleged. But the most damaging charge comes as far as day-to-day medical equipment buying and biomedical waste disposal is concerned. The high-flow nasal oxygen machine, it's a very critical machine, and it became even more critical when COVID pandemic had struck. This was critical for saving patients, and a number of these machines were reportedly procured by the RG Kaur. The sanction was given by the former principal. The charge is that these machines were bought at 2 to 3 times the price at which it is available in the market, and this enhanced voucher, this enhanced bill that was made was to help RG Kaur's former principal Sandip Ghosh earn more from the purchase of these high flow nasal oxygen machines. The fact that the allegation is that this kind of corruption came when COVID had struck the country is even more serious. Were you trying to make money when people were dying, is the question being asked of Sandip Ghosh. Around the same time, the biomedical waste that was being disposed of, Akhtar Ali alleges that there is discrepancy there also. He alleges that the total weight of biomedical waste that RG Kaur generates is much lesser than what a normal hospital does, and that is because a lot of the biomedical waste was allegedly getting smuggled out of the country. This included used syringe, used latex gloves, perhaps also surgical masks. Again, the charge is that this was such a huge health hazard even in normal times, but at a time when a pandemic was going on, to try and reuse medical waste and not dispose them off as is mandated in law, as is mandated by the Pollution Control Board, is a huge crime, and it needs to be investigated. The charge is that the money gained from this biomedical waste smuggling was allegedly laundered, and therefore an enforcement directorate should look into this aspect of money laundering, and a CBI should look into the aspect of corruption. There are other charges also, that even basic facilities or basic toiletries that were being bought for doctors, things like toothpaste, things like soap from the academic funds, even that was being misused. There was cut money being received from the procurement of these items as well. There are financial irregularities in the usage of the academic funds. So overall, there are a number of charges being made of corruption at various levels. Of course, there is that charge that students who spoke against Sandip Ghosh were harassed. They were not given proper marks. They were threatened with not allowing them to pass their year-end exams. There are allegations that they were given very inhuman duty hours. And this is also important because the victim doctor at RG Kaur had also told her parents that she did not want to go back to the college because she felt pressurized. All in all combined, it looks like cup of woes for the former principal is overflowing. On the specific case of rape and murder and destruction of evidence, he will be put through the lie detector test by CBI. After 7 days of questioning, the IO is convinced that the former principal is not sharing the full truth about the sequence of event, and therefore the lie detector test could tell us if CBI would finally veer towards custodial interrogation, and if Kolkata High Court would take cognizance of Akhtar Ali's allegation and demand that CBI also looks into these allegations of corruption.